Helen is the future musician superstar in the Philippines. Let's go.
So many songwriters do their best work on the toilet. Okay,
Some
how
people.
do you think Elvis Presley?
Anyway, let's talk about
So
the
this beer,
Encanto. Encanto.
yeah,
Recovered during those dark years, but that 2017 to 2021 was a hell of a years, man. Hell of a years.
Get ready for an unfiltered and uncensored listening experience.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing.
What is up? My God. We have Ellen in the podcast. What up? Um
Hi.
Helen is the future musician superstar in the Philippines. Let's go. Let's go.
okay. Thank you. I don't know how to take compliments.
It's fine. Just take it.
It feels foreign to me, but that's most Asians, right?
Well, true. Okay. So, before we move on, you've sent a couple of beers. I mean, 3 of them
Ah,
exactly. You want to taste them all?
yes. Yes.
So,
Yes, you should.
where should we start?
You should start with the lager. So for your those tuning in that can't see, I gifted Nick. It's weird calling you Nick. I
Bro,
gifted him some bottles of Encanto because I support local.
is it local? Is
Yeah,
it really?
yeah, it is. You want to Google it?
Maybe later.
You not believe me?
I
It's
don't know.
it's it's Encanto.
Well, I don't know. Companies these days taking advantage to Filipino what do you call this? Filipino hype. Just put some
Uh-huh.
Filipino shit in your brand. That shit pops in the Philippines, yo.
Make
I don't
someone
know.
like making someone react to Jollibee.
Exactly right. I think that's the husband of I don't know, Selena Gomez, I think.
Did you see
I don't
that?
know.
I
That dumb shit.
Yeah, that guy. That was so rude.
Look, I'm not a fan of Jollibee at all. I'm more of a McDonald's type of guy. But
Mhm.
but the way he tested it, it's hella rude.
Yo, the thing that got me was the way that he spat back into the platter. Because he didn't just get a
Exactly.
solo, it was a platter. It was a whole ass thing. And he just
Exactly.
spat back into it. It's just like, dude, get a napkin. It's fine if you don't like it.
Shit disgusting, bruh. I don't
Not gonna lie though. Listen, watching that video made me
uh-huh.
crave what's it called? A burger steak.
Bro, me too. Again, I'm not a fan of Jollibee, but their burger steak, mwah. Even their lumpia,
It's unrivaled.
I don't know why they discontinued the lumpia though. Like that was fire and cheaper
When was
too.
that? What?
The burger steak with
I did.
lumpia.
Oh, was that a combo? How long
Yeah,
was that? How long ago was that?
I think they discontinued it last year. I remember it exactly because I'm craving for lumpia at that time. Then one of the cashier said, the lumpia is discontinued, sir." Like, god damn. I wanna fight with the cashier, but I understand that it's not theirs or their authority to uh cancel it.
Yeah, he just handles the money. Maybe sometimes putting the peach mango pie in the heater, like
It's like I'm craving for that lumpia whole day long, and I
but
remember
see
it specifically.
see, I'm not even a fan of Jolly like a super fan of Jollibee, so I didn't even realize that they had lumpia.
Well, yeah, true. Anyway, let's talk about
So
the
this beer,
Encanto. Encanto.
yeah,
I know it's kind of mirroring. I hope that
definitely
a lot
not
of people
sponsored.
can fix this, but this is not sponsored. And hey, Encanto, I'm free, yo.
Yeah, so the thing that I love about Encanto is that
Mm-hmm.
I say was. I guess I'm just generally not really a beer person. But
Mm-hmm.
I went to a concert last year. It was Kiana Lede.
Mm-hmm.
Uh and at the concert they had Encanto. And I was like, yo, I keep seeing this beer in my ads using it. I remember it very clearly. It's the ube lager, and then they use the sound from like RJ Payson. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not sure what his name is, but it's Isekai. That one, that song. It's that song. And, and I was like, let me hit this. And like just immediately, like you can smell the different fruits that they used. And so I went home and I ordered my own and I was like, whoa, that's refreshing. So right now you have the lager,
Cheers,
the
my
live it
guy.
up lager.
Virtual cheers, my
Cheers.
guy.
And that's where I started.
Yeah, this thing's great. I'm not even a beer person, also, but I'm more of a whiskey type of guy. But it tastes great.
Mm.
It's a it has a kick in it that you can only get on San Miguel Pilsen, not the light one, the Pilsen, the original one. It has the kick in
Mhm.
it.
Yeah, see, I'm not a beer person, but like what I know is I could smell something like a pilsen
Mm-hmm.
or unless it's flavored, like unless it's San apple, right? I'm such a girl with my drinks.
Also, also
I
the
just don't.
Pilsen one, it smells very strong. Like even
Mhm.
you're in a feet away from the San Miguel Pilsen, you can really smell the aura, the aroma in it.
You smell
And
it, it's like,
nah, more
someone
on
someone's
more
having
on
a party.
more on um a lolo or a tito is drinking.
Oh,
They're not even a San
yeah.
Light person. They're the typical, the original. This is the original San Miguel beer,
Mhm.
and that shit kicks strong, yo. Not gonna lie. That's why I think that's one of the reason why I'm not a beer person, because of the smell of the pilsen. It's not. I mean, the aroma smells great, but for me personally, I just don't like the smell of it. It's a typical. Bro, it's okay, man. You can eat. It's like treat it as a
Yeah, but then the
inuman,
crunch in but then you're gonna get the crunching in the and it's a podcast, it's not an ASMR thing.
bro. Speaking of, there's some people who listen to the podcast that looking forward to that ASMR feels, and it creeps me out, yo. It creeps me
What do you
out,
mean? Oh.
especially I think this one podcaster. Oh crap, I forgot her name, but every time she does the one of the SMR like segments,
Mhm.
you can see all the comment section on the comment section of that video, like, ooh, that's nice. Ooh, it feels great. Like, dude, come on.
I'm feeling tingly.
Then why'd you buy around? I don't know. Is this 24 beers? 4, 8, yeah, 12. Why you bought 12? I mean, why you sent me 12 beers?
Because I had 24 that I was we were gonna have a party like because my cousin came into town like last month,
Mm-hmm.
but then we didn't end up seeing him again, and we just had this shit ton of beer. And I'm not real again. I'm not a beer person. I don't drink often. I'm like I was on medication for like 5 years, wherein just did not consume alcohol. Or like if I did, then I had to like not take medicine. So like I just don't drink much. And so like it was just in my fridge, and I have been looking for ways to get rid of it for an entire month. Like
So you found an opportunity to get rid of half of that beer.
last last week, my girlfriend had a her birthday party, and I was like, "Do your friends like beer?" And she knows like, "I know what you're doing. They're driving," and I'm just like, I need to get rid of it. Does your dad like it? She's like, he doesn't like Encanto.
Oh,
Help me.
he should he should he should try it. I mean, he should try it.
Yeah, the Live It Up lager like is a beer.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
I am so sorry to anyone that's like what's the you know how wine has those people that like specialize in wine?
Um, like doing the brewery thing, that sort of thing.
But so I'm not a beer person, but I will drink Encanto.
Actually, yeah.
But
We're
like so a lot of their beers, it's like, oh, there's notes of this fruit, there's notes of this fruit. This is just like very straightforward. This is a beer to me as a non-beer drinker.
wait, where they can buy this?
I just get it from their website.
Oh, so there's no like you can buy this on 7-Eleven or Alphamart, that sort of
Oh,
thing, or
wait,
even SM.
they I think they do. They're partnered with like different stores, but I'm not sure which ones.
At
I
least
don't
they're
work for
available.
Encanto. Maybe they can hire me and educate me so that I can just like promote them.
Look, we're not. This episode is not sponsored by any beer or any Encanto affiliates over there. But you have, if you wanna like promote something, give Helen, I think, 24 more of these. She'll just give this away for free, like free publicity, and you got a lot of live audience to test your product, man.
That's a good marketing plan.
Exactly.
Just giving away beer. Aren't you losing money, bro?
Like, are you having a party? Are you struggling to find affordable beer? You have Encanto Lager, and we have three more flavors to go, people.
Yo, they still have. I think they just came out with a new flavor,
Mm.
but I don't remember what it's called. I just know that there's a new one out because I got the email.
You know what? I'm thinking that uh, are there the same alcohol content with San Miguel Pilsen? Because with the taste, it tastes similar. It's just this is
Mhm.
more tame than the Pilsen one, the original one. But for me, I'll choose Encanto than San Miguel Pilsen. If
Yay! I've
no,
converted someone.
eh, because have you tried San Miguel Light, right?
Yes,
That
I don't
that
like.
taste, yeah, That's what I'm gonna say. It tastes bitter. I don't know why a lot of people um still buying those. I think that's one of the reason why
Yeah.
they came up with the apple cider, or I mean, yeah, apple flavor, honey flavor, that sort of thing.
Oh, have you tried peach?
Nah,
Or was it lychee? I think it was lychee.
nah.
Those
Any
ones are also yummy.
any fruity things, I'll avoid. Cause
I love my fruity drinks.
dude, look, if you're gonna put the fruity drinks in a beer in the alcohol content,
Mhm.
it's gonna fucked up the essence of the fruity thing. For me, for me, because it's like, you know, like for example, for the apple flavor, uh,
Mhm.
it tastes apple, but the alcohol content in it, it's fighting in your mouth. It can decide if whether I'm tasting beer or apple flavor. But that's me.
Okay, so you don't like just other cocktails?
No, I'm more of
So
a,
like a
yeah. Every time if I'm gonna go to a bar or even in a resort, I'll my go-to drink is whiskey neat or on the rocks. That's it. If I have a cousin with me, I'll have a beer here and there because they prefer the beer one instead of the whiskey. Because um, they
yeah.
don't drink whiskey like I do or what I do.
Mm.
They drink whiskey with they call it panulak. Like they need Coca Cola. For those
Oh, like you
for
need a chaser.
yeah. So for people who are not Filipino, that's what we call our chaser, panulak,
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
or in English, pushing.
To help push it down. Okay, I see you.
Dude, that's a dad joke. I'm not even a dad, but I got a dad jokes already, bro.
Congratulations.
I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know if I'm proud of it or um I'm
Now be
closer to
proud
being
of it.
ashamed of
Be
it.
proud of it. I also have a lot of dad jokes just like on reserve somewhere in my mind palace.
I'll rather call it tito jokes because I'm still a tito. Well, yeah.
They just don't. It doesn't have that ring. Like I would love to call them tita jokes, but like they they border more on like tito jokes. You know what I
True,
mean? Like
true.
tita jokes have a different sass. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
tita jokes are more sassy. Tito jokes are more punny.
Yeah, they're more on the wordplay rather than the tito joke is kind of a it's kind of a um hinting someone's personality like, ooh, I don't like the personality. They came up this elaborate joke that will complement or will compare to other people's personality. But for the dad jokes or for tito jokes, if you say some like for example, hi, I'm let's say for example, hi, I'm Stephanie. I'm gonna be your waiter for the day. Hi, Stephanie. Ano? Wait. Oh my
Hi,
God,
Stephanie. I'm dad.
I'm I'm butchering the joke. Oh my God, Jesus Christ.
No, no, you're butchering the joke. I'm butchering the joke.
Yeah, this episode will go anywhere, bro. This episode will go to somewhere.
What my girlfriend, because like she saw these lights, right?
Mm.
These lights are new, and she's like, "Oh my god, your bi is showing." I was like, "Oh my god, I didn't even notice that. I
Or
just thought pink and blue were pretty."
it looks like some 80s porn scene. You know, the like the
Oh my
Miami
god.
Vice scene.
Oh my god. My room is not a motel room. It's just a room.
It's just the light, people. It's just the light. Okay, so yeah, this
Mhm.
episode will go somewhere. It will hit 1 million views. I guarantee you that. With
Over
a
what span of time?
with the dad jokes in it. Oh my god, people, let's go.
We've
Yeah,
hardly said any dad jokes though. We should have a counter then. We should have a counter, and then like we drink every time someone makes a dad joke.
bet. A bet. So wait, let's get on track. So you
Okay.
got you got this beer. Um, wait, wait, wait. My bad, my bad. Wait, the hell is happening? Okay,
What's happening?
nah, my cousin just trying to call me. Anyway, wait. Yeah, for those listeners out there, what up? Anyway, anyway. Okay, back to the topic. Anyway, you got the 24 beers uh in stock. Since when?
uh, hold on, it's April now. So I got these in like late February. So
Late.
it's been over a month. Yeah, I'm so
Ooh.
sorry. They've just been sitting in my fridge.
Wait.
Does
Have
beer
you
go bad?
what?
Does beer go bad?
No, no, it tastes great. It tastes perfect.
Okay.
No, I was about to
Okay.
ask if your mom asked you to throw this beer away, cuz dude, having a 24 of beer in a refrigerator, it takes a lot of space. I don't know how did you organize it, but this earlier tonight, my mom said
Yeah.
there's a lot of beer in here. When will you drink it all? I said this is for the podcast. My friend Helen is gonna be the guest on the podcast, and he shipped a 12 beer in here. This is for the
Okay. I'm
podcast.
sorry, Tita. um.
It's fine. You know, you know,
But so
you know,
what?
typical mom. You know the typical mom. It's fine. Just 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 finish the beer and remove all of this stuff in my refrigerator.
but but to answer your question,
Mm-hmm.
so uh because I used to live in a condo when
Mm-hmm.
I was in school, we had to buy a fridge. So now that I'm not living in a condo, we have two fridges at home.
Yo.
So there's one just here in the corner of my room because there's nowhere else to put it.
Let me guess. Instead of keeping all of the foods, all of the snacks, you keep bunch of 24 bottles of beer in a whole
For that
section.
time, yeah. Or like let's say we have left like too many leftovers,
Uh-huh.
we'll transfer them to mine. Or if my sister has like let's say we do a grocery run, right? And then we stock up on pizza rolls. She'll get like a few bags, right? She'll put one bag in the main freezer and then the rest in mine because we will forget about it for a while.
Isn't it
So
isn't that
it's our
gonna
way of
get
like
stinky?
it's our reserve, no? Because we
It,
do go through it.
wait, how long does that take? What I mean is, how long does it before it get expired? A year?
I mean, it depends when it was packed, I guess.
Well, well, true. Because I'm thinking that if you're gonna stuck in your room, and you forgot it a week or a month, is that are your refrigerator stinky as hell? Because
No.
one time I forgot to finish what food is this? I forgot, but it's stink up as it olds. I really forget the food, but I put the food
Oh
in the
no.
refrigerator at the behind of everything else. Like I really push it through
Oh
at the end. So I forget that it was there. Then
no.
after a month or 2 months, I'm complaining to my parents that the ref is stinky. Was that like that nonchalant said it's stinky as hell.
Yeah.
Now by the time that they about to clean it, I saw I saw this old greeny ass foggy packaging. It sits over there. It smells the entire kitchen. Like,
Oh.
yo, I forgot to eat that.
Uh. Okay, so I will tell you, I cannot keep leftovers in this fridge because despite it being in my room,
Mm-hmm.
I forget that I have leftovers there. But it has never gotten to the point that like it stinks up the fridge.
Do you eat it? Well, I think you should. I think that's a dumb question.
Well, yes, ideally you would eat leftovers, but when in the case that I forgot it and I don't know how long it's been, I just toss it because
Well, I mean, kudos for you for remembering that you have a leftover there before
it's
it
not that I
stinks up the
remembered, it's
place.
that I was reaching for water and then I saw it.
I thought you remember. Oh God, I have a leftover. I have to throw it out.
You give me too much credit.
Okay, so by the time this podcast is shooting, you just released your first music video from since I don't know since forever ago.
It's
This is
not
the
my
first time.
first
Yeah, I
it's
know.
not my
I mean,
first upload, but like I'm only like starting to get serious about like okay, I'm gonna upload things that I've written uh somewhere. They have to live someplace because my phone is not the place. I mean, it was for a while, but like it's kind of feeling bad now.
okay, let me correct it. This is the first music video that you've published since I don't know a year or two.
No, I posted earlier this year.
Oh, I
But you
thought this.
are correct. Like I don't upload much music stuff.
Well, I think
But
you
yeah,
you should.
I just uploaded a video.
Yeah, you should. Like you should post more. Anyway, before I get sidetracked, so you've released this music that talks about toxic friends, about leaving toxic friends behind. I don't
Uh-huh.
want you to deep dive on it, but
Yeah.
when you wrote this song, is it something like lifting an anvil in your chest? Because if there's a listener listening here, I've catch it on Facebook, and I think you should
Mm,
post it on YouTube, so a lot of people will watch it. But when when people will catch this on Facebook, they'll realize like how deep this this song is, like how relatable it is.
well, writing it because the way that it started was I was just scrolling through like TikTok or scrolling through Instagram reels,
Mm-hmm.
and there are some producers that I follow, and one of them is Helen Beats, and he was playing this thing. It says sample this, and I was listening to it. I was like, damn, I'm a right on this. So I have it playing, and I'm just flowing. And the way that I write, uh, you just kind of uh, you just you really do go with the flow. So there's there's the thing playing in the background, and I'm just going da 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 da, like kind of like scatting, and then somehow you fit words from those nonsensical syllables, and what ended up being written is the verse that's uploaded. And
Oh.
after a couple of lines, you kind of sort of see where the thoughts are going, and from there you can write a little bit m- more with intention,
Mm-hmm.
with in the term of like is of storytelling. uh I didn't realize, and it came pretty fast. It like I wrote it pretty quickly, and as I was like finishing the verse, and like I run it through, I realized like, whoa, like I'm shaking, I'm breathing really heavy, and it's like it's been a year since I walked away from that friend.
Oh, that's based on a real real experience.
Yeah,
Oh. I
and
mean, let's talk about it. Like for those people, for the audience that are listening to this and have no idea what I'm talking about. Helen just released a music video that uh she she wrote this song for like the experience of leaving a toxic friend. Now, um, to give you a full context, let's hear from Helen Balaoing how uh, what's the meaning of the song.
uh well, when you listen to just the hook,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a celebration of and declaring for yourself like I'm better off without you. Like I don't need to feel bad about leaving, because usually like if you leave then you're the bad guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you know for yourself that you're walking away from someone or something that wasn't doing you any good, that wasn't helping you grow, that was not contributing to your peace. And so this song is me saying like, you know what? I'm better off without you.
Also, I think this song is not also talks about toxic friendship relationship, but more on um relationship as a whole, because
Mm,
I mean, it's not a secret that there's a lot of toxic relationship out there who manipulates or even gaslighting their
yeah.
partners, and I think this song really encapsulate those experiences.
Yeah. So when I say relationship, I don't mean, well, I mean I can mean like a romantic relationship,
Mm-hmm.
but just any sort of relationship as a whole. So a friendship,
True.
a romantic partner, uh, your relationship with a family member. No,
Mm-hmm.
so that's what I mean when I say a relationship. And the person that I'm writing about is someone like, and I say this in the verse, like it's someone that really just drags you down. Like
Oh.
they're very negative. They have nothing good to say. Um, and you ever have a friendship where it's always about the other person?
Fortunately, I don't have one. I mean,
Oh,
good
that's
for
good for
me.
you.
Yeah, true,
That's
good
good
for me.
for
But
you.
but 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 I can relate in some way, because I have also a lot of friends who are dealing with this type of relationship,
Mm,
not just a friendship in some sort, but in a parent child relationship, um family member relationship, those toxic relationship who are just one sided. When it comes to you, they basically shrug you off. he basically like gaslighting you. You're triggering me. You d-
Yeah.
you
Oh
didn't
my
you
god,
didn't
yes.
you didn't mention that we need to have this talk. Like, dude, come on. I'm bursting my emotions here. So the hell are you talking about? We need to speak up in some sort of shit.
Yeah, like you said it. Just, I mean, hold on, let me gather myself a little bit.
Go.
Um, you can't have one-sided relationships. And it's easy. I'm I've been told by people very close to me that I'm too nice. And for nice people, it's very difficult to walk away from people that you know are hurting. And for me, because I know what it is to be hurt. I've also dealt with trauma. I've also dealt with like the healing process and done the therapy where it gets worse before it gets better. Nice people have a lot of empathy, so we're very understanding. And so we chalk up what them hurting us, telling us like, "Oh no, I need you because I'm dealing with this thing." Even though I'm dealing with something else, I'll show up for her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a way that I can help someone because I can't help myself. But when it comes to like me and I need her or him, then it's like they're not present. And you just sort of justify that behavior for them. But you can only do that for so long. There are cases for sure. Like and everyone needs some grace sometimes. But unless the other person is like working on themselves to heal through that trauma, unless they're willing to admit to themselves that they hurt you and they didn't mean to, and take active steps in making sure that they don't do that again, that relationship is just one sided and you're only setting yourself up to hurt.
And yeah, adding to that, and I think that's one of the problems that people who deals with a lot of traumas and a lot of heartbreak is because they prefer to be. I'm not saying all of it, but they sometimes prefer to be the Superman type of friend where they'll do to protect their friends because they know how difficult it is that they're experiencing, to the point that um they they sacrificing their own emotion, their own judgment. Because let's say if you have like a bad friends over there, and one of your closest friends said, dude, that friend of yours is toxic. At first you won't believe them because you know what that person is experiencing, you know that that person is dealing with. Also, you know that somewhat you can save them by by being there with them, by protecting them in
Yeah.
some sort. But that's not healthy for you and for her, to be honest with you. Because because it's gonna be like, I'm not saying like a narcissistic thing, but more on they prefer to have your energy rather than your energy, that sort of thing. So you're the ones who's absorbing those negative energy, and when it's
Mhm.
time for you to release that, poof, they're off.
I
the
had
off.
another friend like say like, oh, they were a vampire. Not the same person, but just like they had a friend that was just a vampire because they were just draining their energy.
Exactly right. I
Yeah.
mean, like all of relationship like that. So while what's your writing process to it? Like for example, you're dealing with tough times. Do you usually have a lyric to it or just a tune? Because a lot of musicians have a different type of style. Some musicians started with the lyrics. Some people are
Mm.
lyricists. Some people are they start with a tune in their mind. So with
Mm.
you, what's your writing process to it?
Um. So there are a few things. Uh, I feel like any songwriter has some place that they keep notes.
I
For
heard of
some
that.
people, maybe it's physical. For me, I would have it physically if I knew that I wouldn't lose it. But it's also just more accessible to just have it on your phone. But so the point is we have some place to record either lines or verses. Like sometimes it's complete verses, sometimes it's one liners. More often than not, it's one liners that they just strike in the middle of the day. Sometimes you're pooping. Like half of my so many songwriters do their best work on the toilet. Okay.
Some
How
people
do you think Elvis Presley
some great songwriters started writing their songs in the shower. So don't be ashamed.
Yo, I don't know how many projects I've completed or like worked on in the shower. It's it's who was that mathematician who gets his there's something about the water that sparks like creativity and
Creative juice in
inspiration.
you.
Do you know who I'm talking about? The mathematician with the crown, water
Yeah,
displays, like yeah,
yeah.
that. But so we have a place to put our notes, our thoughts. Um and sometimes, let's say you hear a beat. For me, it's just finding a random beat in my feeds. Then immediately you have a resource to go to see if you can fit it there. You can fit the line into the song. Other other times, uh it's just flowing. And so let's say again, I find a beat that I vibe with, and then I find the pocket, and I will start beatboxing, scatting, whatever you want to say, uh, just syllables. This is what my friend Ryan Pineda taught me to do to make catchier songs. And so that's what I started doing, and then fitting in words later. So let's say Sakadara Mara Zatagatate. Yeah, Sananana Bara Zakatarada. Yeah, Sananara Ba Danarara Ba. Yeah, Zadadada Zadadada. Right? You have a rhythm, you have a cadence. Da 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 da. I don't wanna. Like, you just kind of end up seeing what flows out of your mouth. And from there, you just follow the flow. You follow, and somehow an idea will form somewhere along the way. An idea will form, and you can scrap it as much as you want. You can change the lines, but that's pretty much how a song gets started for me. And once there's an idea, then you can just run with the idea. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
Mm-hmm.
just follow the train of thought and see where
Mm-hmm.
it leads.
Like, are you a type of person that can finish a song in just one day or and hour or two? Or are you a type
Yeah.
of author, or I mean composer, that takes sometimes around a week or two? Cause the reason I asked this, because I've heard a lot of musicians sometimes they have this beat in mind. They will do it. Now they're in the stock mode, like
Yeah.
they're in a mental block. So one of the ways to get away with that is start another tune. Then when that tune kicks in again, go back to the drawing board, then try to finish it. That sort of thing.
This is where the endless uh amounts of unfinished projects happen. It's like you have the creativity, you have the idea, and then you hit a wall, and then you're like, I guess I'll start another one, and then you never go back to it.
Because
I
you've
mean,
lost the train of thought, or just the vibe to it is gone already. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
because I understand that some musicians do follow just the vibe to it. When they try to like re-record it, the vibe isn't there. So for them, it's kind of hell. It's they're in hell because they can't catch the vibe to that original time where they came up with the idea.
uh in those situations, I mean, that's where the art becomes work. You need to be able to like train yourself to
Ooh,
get into that energy. So like sometimes, let's say you're low energy, but you're recording a hype song. You gotta do something. You gotta like get your coffee. You gotta get your energy drink. You gotta like do push-ups. I've done push-ups in the studio, like just to
or
get that energy back.
or I'm not suggesting it. I'm not advising it. But try
Mhm.
and have some beer. I don't know if beer
Just
helps.
try
Cause
having some Encanto. You know,
add slot,
yeah,
baby.
it really warms up the vocal cords.
Add
I
slot,
mean,
baby. But
like you do, but I mean, there is a line. There is
true,
definitely a line because
no,
not everyone can work drunk.
true.
Not everyone can work high.
That is true.
Like
But one of the reason why
you
I
shouldn't do
mention it,
drugs. Don't do drugs.
true. Um, yeah,
Said
just
that
don't
right
do.
to the camera.
No, no, kids, don't do drugs. But anyway,
That
the
are not
reason
prescribed to you by a professional. Go on. I'm sorry.
the wait so let's say Pidea, this is not an endorsement or some sort, just an idea
Yeah.
came up to mind. What if you said only take prescribed by doctors, right? What if the doctor said you need 3 milligrams of cannabis to help to ease your headache? Checkmate. Woo!
That's a thing in the US, ain't it?
Not here in the Philippines though, dude. if
If it's
if
bro, if they are practicing in the Philippines, they would not be prescribing you an illegal substance within the country that they are practicing. It would not happen.
No, dude. Like for example, you came to the U.S. You came to to Denver, to Colorado, where it is
Mhm.
legal. You came back to the Philippines. You have a prescription. It says take 3 milligrams of cannabis to relieve your headache. Sir, this is my prescription.
But it is not available commercially in the Philippines, hence it would not be a problem.
Okay, we're taking a
Follow
huge.
follow follow the law of the country that you reside in.
Yeah,
We
true.
are law-abiding citizens.
We're taking another sidetrack. Oh my god, this is the work of
We're
Encanto.
definitely old enough to drink.
Anyway, let's go to let's back to the right track. The reason I mentioned it, because I'm not saying that all musicians do this, but I've read an article. I think, oh god, I forgot the artist, but he doesn't want to drink beer because beer gives him the sad vibes, that sad
Mm,
low tone. Now he wants, if
yep.
he wants to create a type of like hype music, or
Mhm.
let's say a party music or hype music again. Um, he rather do some whiskey shot than do some cannabis, because Snoop Dogg, one of
Yes.
his process is his smokes,
Yeah.
but you get the
Mhm.
vibe of that chill hype vibe is his just chill because what he
Mhm.
takes. So the reason I mentioned that, because if you wanna like you're feeling like you're at work rather than do the art, just try something that really push it push it to that edge. And and drinking, I think that's one of the reason why there's a lot of alcoholic artists out there. Hey, for me, huh? I don't know. I'm just a guy with a microphone talking nonsense.
Wait, you're walking a line here now, bro.
Choo, choo.
I'll say this though
Mm,
on the topic of like substances and artistry.
mm,
It's when you have a reliance on something. That's just it's. I don't want to say if you have a reliance on something because like I as I was thinking that I was thinking of like diabetics are reliant on like insulin.
yeah, penicillin.
But like if you're relying on a source, an external source for your creativity, are you really creative?
Ooh, that's a good point. Ooh.
I mean, sure, like maybe you can, but if it's the only way that you're able to be creative, I don't know, man. If it's the only way that you're able to like draw up your creativity, I think you
Mm,
should be practicing a little more. Or maybe you
ooh,
just doubt yourself that you can do it sober.
that is true though. I mean, you made a great point there. So let's move on to the current state of OPM here in the country. Um, you know,
Yeah.
it's again, this is my own personal opinion. I'm just a guy with a microphone.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I think I think OPM music isn't isn't there like it used to be on the early 2000s. Cuz cuz
I'm gonna
for
need
me,
another drink.
go. No, because I don't know if it's because of nostalgic in some sort, but Eraserhead just um you know do a massive concert here in the Philippines, even River Maya. Then
Uh-huh.
Kamikaze just make their return. With that being said, the exception to the rule is Ben and Ben. For me, the exception to the
Mhm.
rule is Ben and Ben, because they're doing this for around 10 plus years already. Th- but this upcoming artist right now isn't producing the music that that clicks, because remember, Easy Miller,
Easy
the
Mill, yeah.
yeah, Easy Mill.
The
I'm sorry.
rapper?
Yeah. Sorry if I butchered
Yeah.
that name, but
No, it's
yeah.
okay.
Because when he was here in the Philippines, his music doesn't even ring a bell to it. Like, the one of the famous thing that he did is the verse, I'm
Panalo.
not I'm not Pinoy. No.
Uh,
I'm not. Wait.
Isoy.
Yeah, I'm not Lisoy. I'm Pinoy. Like, that's one of just
Yeah.
the one iconic thing that he does. But when he moves to the US and having Eminem by his side, like, dude, his music went off the roof again. I mean, it went off the roof. His music's on
Yeah.
NBA 2K. Is his topping Spotify. But the point is, he is producing the music outside the country, not here.
So we are only considering people OPM if they live in or if they are based here
I
within
think
the country.
yeah.
You don't count.
I think
Okay,
no.
what about that? What about
Yeah.
that one song that the Raining in Manila?
Oh, that song's fire though. Not gonna lie. You got me there. You got me there. That song fire.
I mean, I know there's more. There's just I can't like recall the titles because I'm not fluent in Tagalog. But like, but I mean, it's there if you're looking. Are you looking?
Yeah. I'm looking everywhere on Spotify. I have a playlist
Why
that
are you
says
looking
new
on
track.
Spotify? Look on TikTok.
Dude, my source of music is Spotify. I paid, I don't
Yeah,
know, 150 a month for that app. I think I should,
dude, dude.
like for
You know
example,
the
I
thing
found
with
mm, no,
sorry, go ahead.
what I was about to say is I found this artist named Cami. He
Okay.
she published a cool chill vibe to it. For those who are listening right now, check Cami. I think her name is Cami Dominguez on Spotify. I don't know, but she published amazing songs. And
Hmm.
aside of her, I got nothing. Like for example,
Well,
like for Jimwell Pacquiao. For those people who don't know, Jimwell Pacquiao is the son of Manny Pacquiao, right?
mhm.
His song is one of the coolest, well, not the coolest thing, but one of the songs that I enjoyed in the recent years for young artists. But the backlash is there we are supporting Jimmy Pacquiao because he is the son of Manny Pacquiao, but that's not the real thing. We support
Mhm.
OPM because songs is great. The song is catchy. The song is have a great tune in it. That sort of thing. But um if I'm digging deep here, there's not a lot of like OPM new artists here other than Kami.
Uh, are you familiar with Elise Huang?
No, sadly no. I'll look
She's
it up.
she's a really cool person. She's a really good artist also. She makes some really catchy songs. Oh, she just released an oldie. She had a song that she was playing in college and she just released it.
How was
Check
it?
her out. Check her out. Elise Huang.
Yeah, I'll check it out after this. But how was it for
Uh,
you?
Elise is always fire. Elise is always
Oh,
fun. She's always relatable.
ooh, alright. I'll check her out. But anyway,
Dude, she sings a song about her friend's ex where she literally says, "I'm on my way to come smack your face." Like,
oh snap! Oh
like it's the
snap!
most relatable feelings that she writes about.
But anyway,
I
like
love Elise.
again, the state
But
of what do you think? Yeah, I going back the state of
the
OPM here.
the reason why I tell you to go on TikTok, there is a reason,
Mm-hmm.
and it's because have you heard about all of like the Spotify songs being taken down of from TikTok?
The
All
girl
of the mainstream,
the
the
girl
pop
who wrote
music,
Celos, I think.
all of like the major labels music is coming off of TikTok.
Oh yeah, like the
Warner
Jonas
Music,
Brothers, I think.
eh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
all of that. It's taken off because the artists aren't making money from TikTok. So what sounds are they going to use on TikTok now? It's going to be from independent artists. And more than anywhere else, it's going to be local music that they push there. So search indie music Philippines in TikTok. You'll find something.
Jamie, pull it out. Just joking.
Like I am most certain that you will find some great artists on TikTok. There are plenty of artists on TikTok, great artists.
Okay, so let's say that let's say that for those people who are still uh on the fence of OPM isn't what it used to be. What can you say about those people? Because we can say that they're not the real music or that sort of thing, but we have to recognize that not a lot of like Filipino music really pops in the recent years. Well, for me, well, I think
Well,
because
I
imagine, like,
mean,
imagine one of the recent songs from Ben and Ben is what they used on this movie with Marian and Ding Dong Dantes,
like,
right?
what about SB19? Aren't they also really big right now still?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know them. I'm sorry. Please don't cancel me, but I don't know them because
That's okay.
they didn't pop in my Spotify playlist for the new song. I really have a playlist like a new OPM song. That's why I knew Cami Dominguez. I knew her
Okay.
from there.
Well, I
But
mean,
other than that,
it's not what it used to be.
even
I
Jimmy Pacquiao, I found his music on Spotify.
I mean, on one hand, it isn't what it used to be because what it used to be was very, very rock, and now it's a little bit more hip hop. Or
You know
maybe
what?
that's just the
You know
circle
what?
of friends that I'm in, is that I'm just exposed to more hip hop.
You know what? I think you brought a great point that I think we need to discuss here, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but hip hop with the Philippines. There's the dividing issue with hip hop right now because of for the people who wants Tagalog, then wants the English one. They don't prefer, or I don't know if some people prefer hip hop in Tagalog verse. I know it's a language barrier for some, but there's a lot of
Excuse me?
yeah,
Say that again. People
hip.
don't prefer Tagalog?
Well, are you like
I mean,
have
I
you
can't rap it, but like the flows hit different in Tagalog though. Like you can't there are certain flows, like let's say triplet flows in
mm-hmm,
Tagalog slap harder than English. Just by essence of like just based on how the languages are spoken. Because Tagalog is super syllabic.
mm-hmm,
You do the alphabet abacada.
mm-hmm,
You do the English alphabet. It's A B C D E. You you take two syllables in Tagalog and you have a word like aba. That's already like an expression. You can't do that with English. I mean, I guess there's at. There's
well,
two-letter words,
but
but like it's like the construction of sentences, the construction of words is so different between English and Tagalog. And Tagalog is just one of those languages that rap works.
really though, because let's put put Andrew E uh Clock 9 aside, because for me they're the
Oh,
exception to the rule. Okay, they're the exception to the rule. But if you tried like the rap here in the Philippines, the hip hop here in the Philippines,
uh-huh.
people are divided in terms of that song is whack. That's this song is much more better because it's in it's in English version. I'm not trying to be classist here, but the people who prefer Tagalog, they're look upon. I don't know, okay? I don't know. It's just that's what I'm getting at. That's why I mentioned the hip hop thing. That's
I
why I
say
mentioned the
this
hip hop
as an
thing.
English speaker. I wish I was fluent in Tagalog. I okay. I wish I could fucking rap in Tagalog, man. Like, God, dude. Like, and this is coming from someone that can't even follow the the conversation
Mm-hmm.
that the artist is having just by listening, just following the flow. It's just it's just it's so good to listen to.
Well, well, maybe for
It's so
some,
easy on the ears, I feel like.
true,
Whereas English, there are a lot of like very stumpy English words.
true.
Like,
But if you gonna compare it to, let's say, from the Big E era or the JC era, the a lot of people are more inclined to those type of music, like the East versus West, the Tupac of the world, the
mhm,
Snoop Dogg of the world, that sort of thing. Now it comes to the Philippines, you basically can name a few in your fingers who are really, the king of this era. Like for example, Francis M. Dude, that man can sing a different language, even he doesn't know what's the meaning of it. That's how fluent Francis M is. Though
uh-huh.
Francis M is the exception to the rule, people. But for, let's say, for Glock 9, for Andrew E. Andrew E raps in a dirty song, man. And people in
Mhm,
high school love it. That's what Andrew E does. Sadly though,
uh-huh.
sadly though, for me, cause I haven't heard a Andrew E song without the green jokes, without like Glock 9 have a deep meaning to the rap song. That's why a lot of
Uh-huh.
people on the older side prefer Andrew E because of that joke. They reminded of their youth. But for 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 Glock 9, he raps um according with the meaning of um what's happening to our country. He raps about the happenings, the what
Mhm,
happens to our country. But for those type of people, you can only name a few. So even rap here
mhm.
in the Philippines isn't clicking. They're not
Are you feeling
Filipinos.
like it's lacking substance
other than
in the writing?
Other than that, maybe more on um the vibe to it. I can't explain it, but more on the vibe to it, because some people prefer the tune, some people prefer the lyrics, but for me, it's more on the vibe to it. So when
Mhm,
people tried, like for example, when young artists tried hip hop, they sometimes blew it because the rhythm is works. The rhythm is perfect. The tune is perfect. But when it
mhm.
comes to their lyrics, it needs to work. They need to work it more. They need to go back to the drawing board and start rewriting shit. Cause look,
Mhm.
I love hip hop more than other people. I think who are listening right now. For me, I just love hip
Okay.
hop. But
Okay.
but I'd rather I'd rather listen to 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 the Jay-Z's, to the Eminems. Even though I want to listen to Filipino hip hops, to Filipino rappers, because they're so fire. The way
Is it
they what?
is it fair though to compare? Because like that's where it was born. Like
Well, true, but a lot of people, if you want to like pop the hip hop here in the country, you have to um s- stand out. You have to make your
mm,
mark. So if like you're releasing song here and there, and the reason why your music is trending because of the green jokes, like dude, come on. I think
well,
you were right. I think I'm more on the substance and the vibe.
I
When
mean,
I'm um um when I'm thinking it more
I mean,
more
talk
deeper to
about
it.
substance and vibe, and then like Eminem has Rap God, where he talks about what? What does he talk about? What he talks about? He has a song called Stan. What does he talk about there? Talk about substance. What was he talking about?
dude, dude. For the rap god thing, dude. That's was just that's a diss.
He
I
has,
think I
he has
forgot.
my name is. You want to talk about?
I forgot
You want
who's
to talk
the
about
artist.
substance? My name is what?
What?
My
My
name
name
is.
is. My name is. Chicka chicka chick.
But I mean, I guess I see what you're saying. I don't know.
Like before you
Between
continue,
because I mean, if we're talking about between rapping in English and rapping in Tagalog, th- it doesn't really matter which language, but you have to work on your flow. Like that's it. That's it for me. Like I don't care if I don't understand it, but if it's like if you can get me nodding, like it's a pass. I don't care
true,
what you're saying.
true. But like
It's only like if you have like a line that makes me stop. If you have a hook that makes me like want to sing it, then I'll go back and read the lyrics. Or if you have like really standout lines, then I'll go back and look at the lyrics. But most people they don't listen to lyrics.
well, yeah,
Most people.
can argue
That's
with
the
that.
majority of people.
Yeah,
Most people will consume music as just something in the background. They're not really listening. It's playing, but they're not listening.
yeah, can argue with that. But you know, I think the reason I'm hard with the hip hop thing, because again, I love hip hop in a point where I'd rather listen to it 24/7, 365, even though I love the Beatles, I love the Queen, that sort of thing. But I'm more attracted to, the deeper um Eminem type of vibe, or Francis M type of vibe, because for me, that when Francis M passed away, that shit went with him.
Mm.
I mean, that sucks. That's why I keep pushing you, dude. Publish your song, cause your thing is fire. The problem is,
You really think so?
yeah, but the problem is though, there's not a lot of Filipino will embrace it. For me, I don't know,
That's a big factor in me not releasing.
dude.
Is honest like psychologically, uh like from the trauma of like speaking English in high school and like being turned off from even like attempting to speak the language. There like in my mind the thought of like releasing music and then it's in English and it's rap. Like Filipinos won't like claim me. Like I won't be claimed. Have you seen this video of this kid saying I want to be Filipino?
Yeah, yeah.
In the comments there are so many comments saying, "Oh, it's okay. Come to tita. Did you eat already?" Like, "Oh, it's okay, baby girl. You can be Filipino. It's okay, girl. You get a pass. You can be Filipino." And there was one comment that like it was like I felt it. And they said, Filipinos on this post, yes, you can be Filipino. Filipinos in real life, you're Filipino, but you can't speak Tagalog. Are you even Filipino?
Boom, boom. Shit.
Dude, if I go outside for like to pick up a delivery from Grab, there is like, I would say a 1 in 3 chance that they ask if I'm Filipino. And that's before I've said anything.
Shit.
Because of my eyes. These are just my eyes.
Damn. Damn.
for those of you that are just listening, I have small eyes.
Yeah, she does. I can
I do.
attest to that.
I do. Whenever I laugh, they disappear.
I can attest to that. Every time I say stupid shit, his eyes turns like this.
They can't
It
see you.
it
They're just listening.
the,
they
the
look like they look like glasses that you would use to watch the solar eclipse, like in
True.
Avatar.
God damn. I want to go to Avatar in a bit, but let's tackle this even further because you've made a great point about the language thing. Do
Mm,
you think it's the reason why hip hop isn't isn't big here in the Philippines? Because people who loves hip hop, Pinoys who loves hip hop, rather listen if a Filipino remake or cover of a tune or of a song in Tagalog than the original the Jimmy Pacquiao of the world, the Helen Balaoings of the world. Do you think the language thing is the real thing? I mean, the
I don't
real.
think so.
Mm,
I think if anything, it's more uh it's more concentrated in certain like locations. Like if I go to the gym here in Cavite, then I'm probably going to get like some form of pop. But I remember being, let's say, I walk around in GC or in Makati or like somewhere in Manila,
mm-hmm.
the national capital region for the abroad viewers, the listeners. Uh, like I don't know, it feels like it's more like the presence of hip hop is more felt compared to here. If I'm like walking in a mall, if I walk in the mall here, like I feel like 9 times out of 10 it is too much, but like there's a very good chance that Taylor Swift is gonna come on. Like every time that I've gone to SM, at some point I will hear a Taylor Swift song. Maybe it's Fearless, maybe it's something from, I don't know all of the albums. Maybe it's from 1989. I don't know. But like I know very distinctly that it is Taylor Swift. But I remember going to school in the city and then I just hear hip hop. I just hear beats. Like so I feel like it really depends on where you are and who you're around.
Well, true. Because like when we visited Japan, Japan uh have this have a great hits because some of the music are using on the anime on one of the anime, that sort of thing. But if you go to Japan, especially to
Mm,
the coffee shops or the record labels,
mhm.
especially in I hope I'm not botching this pronunciation, but Shibuya, that's the pinnacle of
Uh-huh.
the
The
tourist spot where people
Yeah.
crossing in. Yeah, Shibuya.
Mhm.
You hear most of the time are Japanese music. One of the
Yeah.
reason I mentioned that because there's not a lot of like we don't embrace our music that way. Maybe it's our fault in some sort because we have this grab mentality that we prefer
That was tough.
international.
Like
Yeah.
Filipinos embracing Filipino music, like it feels like, I'm not saying it is, but what it feels like to me is we won't claim them until they're big and abroad. Like if you make it abroad, that's when you make it at home.
Oh, bro, Pinoy here.
That's what
Pinoy
it feels
pride.
like.
Like for example, Easy Mill. When when
Exactly.
when
Prime
he
example.
pops, dude, you'll see all of the comment section, proud Pinoy, that sort of thing. Like, dude, when he was here in the Philippines, you chastised him because of the I'm not Chinoy, I'm Pinoy. Like, dude, what the fuck? His verse is fire though.
That's not the line. but like yeah, he did. I felt like there was more backlash about the lapu lapu line than
Can you remind me of that?
um I can't say the line exactly because it's in Tagalog,
No, but
but
the tune.
the essence of it was that was in Panalo. Da na 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 na
Oh.
na 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 na. So the line was like um talking about like beheading the beheading,
Mm-hmm.
but like I've heard that like historically that was inaccurate.
Dude,
But
in
but
music,
like
there's no like there's no such thing
really,
as is historically accurate. Like there's a lot of artists really using twists and facts. I'm just saying. So continue. I'm sorry.
sometimes I mean hell I'll use words in an incorrect context, like or not like the most accurate, but it rhymes. You know, sometimes you just gotta go for the rhyme, and sometimes you gotta like enjoy what it sounds like and not look too deep.
Do you think
Well,
that do you think that producing or producer music producers here in the Philippines are basically dead in some way?
no,
You sure?
no,
Because for me,
yeah,
again, I'm just a guy who's looking outside. I'm looking outside. Okay, in a wider spectrum, that producers rather choose music that is related to one of the big sitcoms here in the Philippines, or big
bold,
teledrama here in the Philippines. But
bold of you to assume they had a choice.
well, I agree. I agree. Agree. But there's not a lot of
Sometimes you just take the work that comes, bro. Like,
that is true. But the point that I'm getting is there's not a lot of producers who are producing like what the E heads did, or what River Maya did. I think Sony was one of the biggest players who are
do you know
producing
Isa
that time.
Inigo?
Yeah.
Sorry, that was just a what's it called? That was just a band that I remembered that I thought you would like because they're Filipino. But like
With
I know one
mhm.
of their producers and he's super cool.
But he he publish great ones. Like, wait, how can I compose this question? Does does he pick the right music to publish? Because that's the whole different issue with that. Because
That's
let's say,
management
like for example,
and the
yeah,
artist.
exactly.
That's
Because as for example, an artist wants this music to get published, but the management or the producer are thinking, no, that's not a catchier song. That's not what people are looking for. But as an artist, no, this music will pop. This music will hit. But the producer, no. That's why I think that's one of the reason why artists are not getting far along in their careers, because of the choices of the producers here in the Philippines. I'm not saying that producers in the US are
I don't
great.
think I don't think that's a producer issue. I think that's a
Mm,
management issue. And like in terms of like choosing what songs to release, but like it also comes down, I mean, I don't know, I've never worked with like a label or anything, but like you have, I mean, there's because you do have like you look at trends, you look at what's in right now, You look at the songs and then, but like, what constitutes the right song to release?
That's a great point, though. Hmm.
Like, what are you looking for?
As a producer, yeah. Well, yeah.
No, just for you as the average listener,
Mm-hmm.
consumer of music. What are you looking for?
Okay, for me
What if
though,
you're not? What if you aren't in the market that they are trying to sell in? Like,
sure, like, okay, let's 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 try and dissect what I'm looking for in the music. So
okay, while you think about that, I'm gonna grab another beer. How
go.
how are you? How are you for beer?
I'm almost finishing lager, so I'm trying. So I'm hoping that you'll tell me what's the next beer to taste, because I'm
The next one's gonna
almost
be the honey.
the honey one.
I'll
Right.
be back.
Yeah, sure. So while Helen is getting a new batch of beer, I would like to say that please subscribe to the YouTube channel and make me happy. I'm not drunk at all. I'm not used to talk alone in this kind of setup. So, um, if you're watching right now, please leave a like. If you like this episode, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow Helen Balaoing on her Instagram, on her TikTok, and her Facebook. Yeah, cause she makes a fire song, people. A fire song.
Stop, please. There we go. Okay. Not you. I was talking to the beer because it was like, you know how it foams, right?
Yeah, dude. This kind of setup, like with the great beer that you've given me and the vibes to
Yeah.
it. I really wish that I have my own studio now, like what Joe Rogan have. I'm
And then
still
we could
in the
drink together.
Joe. I'm still in the what they call this. I'm still at the level 1, even though I'm looking at Joe Rogan at level 100. But
Hey,
the fact that Joe Rogan has a studio like the dude, I imagine that our future episode will have a cigar and a bunch of beers in front of us with a live
I've
studio
never
audience.
smoked a cigar before.
Oh really, dude?
No.
Um, well, the best advice that I can give you, that if you want, like, try it. Um, just try that isn't too strong, cause if you taste, like,
Yeah,
for
I've heard that
example,
it's strong.
yeah, if you
And
tried, like,
not to do it directly, right? Like you have to get it into your mouth first.
yeah,
It's mouth hits.
yeah,
Speaking
yeah,
of
yeah,
which, it's been a minute since I've had a hit. Am I allowed to on stream? Oh, should I
of
be showing that?
of course, dude.
A vape
Yeah,
for, for
sure.
anyone that's not watching the podcast. I have a vape on me.
And a lot of people are listening right now. Will hit also. Well, I'm not smoking. Well, I used to, but not anymore. If my mom is listening, that was years ago, mom. Are you allowed to smoke?
Sure,
Are
it
are you
was
allowed to smoke?
years ago.
Are you
Huh?
allowed to smoke? Are you do you parents are your parents know that you smoke?
Yo, I started smoking cigarettes when I was in the call center. Like a true Filipino
True
out
Filipino
of
call center,
out of out of college. um I joined a call center. uh,
but your
I'm
parent,
sorry if that offended anyone.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
we
reality. It's
apologize.
very accessible. It's
Yeah,
very accessible. There's no shame in that, and it pays. So
true. Anyway,
I joined the call
again,
center as mm?
again, do you do your parents know that you smoke, or are you smoking secretly?
Oh, they know.
That's good.
Even now, like, so I started smoking like in the pandemic, well, like heavily, and then when my dad came back, like when it was safe to travel, we went to dinner or we went to lunch or something, and he's like, "I'm just gonna go smoke." I'm like, "Oh, I'll go with you," and he's like, "Okay."
Whoa,
I was like,
that's
"Dad, can I get a cigarette?"
that's a huge
I
step, my
bummed it.
brother.
I bummed one from him,
That's a huge step, my brother. Now, again,
and then
in a,
yeah.
before you continue, in a context, if there's a foreigner listening to the podcast, we're Filipinos, and our Filipino parents doesn't care if we're 28, 30, or 40. If I see you smoke, I'll smack the fuck out of you. That's a true story, my guy.
yo, yo. So when my mom followed after my dad, so again, same situation. We're coming home or we just finished dinner or something, and my dad's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go smoke." I'm like, "Oh, I'll go with you." And my mom stopped me. She's like, "Hey, you don't smoke. That's bad for you." I was like, "Mom, I'm bonding with dad," and she's just like, "Hmm."
if that's like you're blessed with your mom, I'll say that you should be grateful for your mom, cause not if
You
you
can't
have a
stop me,
typical Filipino mom, dude, your head have a bump in here because a lot of smacking happening.
bro. You know what it is.
uh
It's the bunso power.
oh, I understand. I understand. 'Cause I mean,
So for
I don't understand because I'm the panganay. What I mean is I understand it in the outside point of view. In the outside point of view. Because if
of
you're
course they're gonna be hard on you. Of
if
course they're gonna be hard on you.
again, for those for foreigners who are listening right now, the bunso is the youngest one, and the panganay
Mhm.
one is the elder one. So I'm the eldest one in the family. Helen's the youngest one. So if you know the typical story that even the eldest one have uh so in the states, if you're the eldest one, you're always got no. If you're the middle one, you basically you're basically outside the family.
You're adopted.
You're basically adopted. If you're the youngest one, you'll be the baby one. So for us
Mhm.
Filipino, it kind of interchange, but if you're the eldest one, you're gonna get smacked a lot. You're gonna scream a lot. And if you're the bunso one, oh my god, you'll be a little
Because they
prince.
got tired of yelling at you.
That is true. That is true. Can't deny that.
They- They're just like, huh? This one's just gonna do what they want. Go. did, did I ever tell you about me getting my tattoos?
Dude, share that story, please. Wait. So before you continue, I'm drinking the honey lemon thing now. Wait. Yeah, the
Yeah, the
honey
honey
lemon,
ale.
honey ale. So
Yep.
all right, let's go. So
Cheers.
continue. Cheers, my guy. Is
How
it
is it?
me or it doesn't? I don't see the difference.
I don't either.
Anyway, so continue. So uh, the story about you getting a tattoo.
So when I was in college, I think the year was like 2018. I got this first tattoo. Uh and for those of you just listening, it's on my left forearm. The inside left forearm. And it's a blue lantern symbol. Uh and the reason that I got that was because I was very suicidal, and I was struggling with like self-harm. I was very severely depressed. And the blue lantern symbol is a symbol of hope. And so I got that, and my mom could not really fight me over it because I was already very depressed.
I'm
This
not
is
saying
not
yeah, I'm not saying that it's an excuse. Please, children, people who are in college, please don't use depression as a way to get a tattoo. Please don't.
no, don't do that.
Please
But
don't.
for
Eh,
me it was because I did have like little scars. I never, so trigger warning, I did a little bit. So I did have some scarring there. And every time that I would look at my arm, it was just sort of like this reminder of how low I was. And what I saw on my arm was scars from a time of like this absence of hope. But when I got the tattoo, I can look down at it and see this symbol that signifies like the power of hope. Which is why like my tattoo was like Green Lantern themed. I had it's grown into like Necron, and I'm gonna have like Black Lantern versions of the Justice League on the upper arm. But that was the first tattoo that I ever got. During the pandemic, my parents are in the US and I'm here. And I'm looking at my arm one day like, damn, I want my entire arm inked. Like, I want this on all of me. Ever since I was a kid, I always thought like arm sleeves, like tattoo sleeves, were so cool and just so
same,
badass. I
same.
thought they looked like the person looked strong and just like I loved the aesthetic so much. Like you see a character on TV, they have tattoos, you think they're a cool person. They do badass things. And so I'm in the pandemic and I hit up my artist. My artist is Dado from Needle Z in Makati, or D3rd Inc. in if you're based in QC. Shameless plug. Ask for Dado. Um but his specialty is realism. Anyway, so I hit him up and I'm like, "Hey, how much would a sleeve cost?" And he asks me, "What's your idea? What do you want?" And I was like, "I'm thinking a super villain on my arm." And I shit you not, he's just like, "Come." I was like, "Wait, how much is it?" He's like, "Just come. Just just come in. We'll do it. We can figure out a payment plan later."
Hey, that's a cool tattoo artist. I love him
And I
already.
I did. I paid him back like in installments. Um which is one thing that I love about Needle Z and D3rd Inc. Needle Z and D3rd Inc.
Don't worry, I'll put the
um
description down below, because I'm
and
planning to have a tattoo also. But I get go back.
yeah. Uh yeah, they if you want a tattoo but like can't afford a one-time big time payment, they can work out a payment plan for you. Anyway, I hit him up. I tell him what I want, and he's like, "Okay, we'll figure it out." 2 years after getting my first tattoo, I get the lower arm sleeve. And and then I start on the upper arm, and it's right now it's Superman and Batman in their Black Lantern forms. My next session is going to be Wonder Woman, but we had to stop. We had to put the the outside arm on hold because Dado had a competition that was going to be held in Hong Kong last year.
Ooh.
So I have this leg piece that goes from this part of my knee. Sorry,
Mhm.
this part of my knee up to here.
Yo.
And it is a Moulin Rouge. So it's a Broadway theme. It's Moulin Rouge themed. And I have a portrait of Jojo on my leg. And that was done before I finished the outside of my arm sleeve.
Yo, that's sick.
And it's for a competition, so it's discounted rates. If that's a hack. If you want like a large piece but you're short on cash, find a competition. Find a competition. The artists are looking for models. If you're lucky, you'll find an artist that will take into consideration the things that you like and like your aesthetic. But if you just want to get inked and you don't care what they put on you, wait for the tattoo competition, bro.
If you're a type of person who, look, I have a tattoo. It was in the tattoo competition. Get it? It's like your own trophy.
And
That's one
dude,
thing.
dude, have faith. Like have faith in the artists here because there are world-class artists here in the Philippines.
I know. Yeah.
And Dado is one of them. Needle Z represent.
Let's go. Have you went to the tattoo expo last year? I think they're having it
Dutan?
around yeah the Dudutan. I think
Yeah, I was
it's
there.
happening. It's happening this September. I think. Fact check me on this, but I'm not sure. But
I
are
don't
you
know
there?
when, but I'll probably go.
What did you get?
Dude.
What did you get?
Oh, I showed the same piece from Hong Kong.
Oh, ooh,
Yeah, so last year my leg was finished in August for Hong Kong, and then it was re-entered in another competition.
ooh.
Yeah.
So with that, like, if you're looking for the tattoo, hit up the needle,
Yep. That's
the
right.
needle.
Needle Z
Mm-hmm.
based in Makati and D Third Ink if you're closer to QC. That is Quezon City. For anyone in abroad that's like coming to the Philippines,
Dude, here's a quick story. I
let's
I
go.
was planning to have a tattoo for a Harry Potter logo, the Deathly Hallows one, the Deathly
Yeah.
Hallows. So I was planning to do that around December with one of my cousins, and around November 16th, I remember this exactly. I tore my ACL, right? So
Mm, mm.
that plan went to shit because having a ACL surgery construction ACL construction surgery is hella expensive. With
Yeah.
with that with that um that's one of the reason why, like, I want to have a tattoo in my uh surgical reconstructed knee, because I want to have a uh symbol of that journey, because not a lot of people really, ordinary people don't see tattoo as an art
Mm.
or as an story behind it. But I want to have a tattoo that really resembles the journey, and right now I'm still struggling. So my first tattoo is this stinky ass tattoo, because I remember this was around January of 2020 where
What you
I
mean
saw.
stinky?
No, cause dude, look at this. I mean, it's a great
What?
tattoo by a great tattoo artist, but from what happened to 2020, that year sucks, my guy. So here's the story. So I got this tattoo January of 2020. So it says 2020, right? It says 2020,
Mm.
and with this arrow, it means like moving forward, or um uh, moving forward in life, that sort of thing. So
Mm.
so I put two here, like HTML code. So I put 2020 here to signify that the year 2020, or the 20s, is my year, right? So I got that. So I got that shit on January, and I'm proud of it. I'm having a great time. Then, then Kobe died. January
The
26.
pandemic.
Kobe, uh, Kobe died on January 26. I look at my
Uh-huh.
I look at my tattoo. Said, yeah, this sucks. I cried during that time. I cried that time. Like, this is a great start
Oh.
for 2020. Then, then what? It was February. There's a news that there's a possibility of COVID is entering the Philippines. I said, nah, it won't. It won't. I'm still in denial. It won't. It won't. It won't.
Oh,
March
poor
15th.
boy.
March 15th came around, and the government said we will suspend we will suspend school and work for at least 1 week. Okay, I need a break. Okay, this is great. Uh, I had a fun time to get some rest, that sort of thing.
Uh-huh.
The next week of that time came around. It was suspended again, and it happened again and again and again until I think that was in April when I said, ah, this shit is fuck up. 2020, is it a great year, my guy?
but
That's why,
but okay,
mm,
what did you discover? Like looking back,
mm,
what did you discover in 2020?
that we're dumb. Don't know how to handle.
What big developments
For me,
happened? Like like for you personally.
oh wow. I don't know, to be exact. I don't know, because you know, wait. So right now it's 2024. I still feel the impact of 2020, to be honest with you. So I can't really get into what I've learned so far, because the memory of that time, of that year, I mean, is so hazy that I I just woke up and it's 2020, 2022. That's the year. That's the year when
I
I
feel
got
that.
2022, 2023 when I got married.
Yeah, like it feels like a blur. On
You
like also.
you know, well, I think, to answer that question, I think for me, I really thought that I'm an introvert person. I think that's one of the big keys that I got, because pre-pandemic, pre-pandemic, uh I didn't even know that I'm confident enough to talk or to have a conversation with other people, with strange people. Like, when we were in college, we used to talk, we click instantly, because I don't know, because I'm talkative, or I don't know, I have a lot of topic in my mind. Anyway,
I will never forget the day that you showed up to class. I remember it was an English class. You showed up after lunch in an Ateneo shirt on Green Day.
I lost a bet. I'm sorry, I lost a bet.
I will never forget the day that you sat next to me in English wearing a blue shirt on Green Day.
Good times, good times. Then then I remember this. The
What do you-
first thing the first thing I said to you, hey, confidently saying, hey.
And I just looked at you, right? I was just like, what are you wearing?
So quick story. So again, I lost a bet. So I wore I wore. We're from LaSalle. Well, you guess it. We're from LaSalle, and we have a green day where we wear green T-shirt, on every Friday. So that time, I think Ateneo won that that volleyball UAAP. So I bet that if Eliza Valdez won that year UAAP championship, I'll wear a Ateneo T-shirt for the whole day, and that's what happened. And every time I walk to the school campus, people look at me like this. What the fuck?
Dude, dude, I didn't even follow sports. I didn't even follow that, like, college sports. But entering LaSalle, you just know about the rivalry. You can't enter one of the two schools without being familiar with the rivalry between blue and green. Bro, I cannot tell you the fear that I had not entering my friend's home. I went to his house to work on a song, and I am wearing my Lasallian pop band shirt. It says Lasallian pop band on it. And it wasn't until I took a bathroom break sitting on their toilet that I realized, oh my god, this guy is from Ateneo. And I step out of the bathroom. Like, right, you flush, you clean up. I step out of the bathroom, and his Lolo greets me, and he's like, "Oh, you're from LaSalle, la la la. We're talking. He's very nice." I go back to his room. I'm like, "Oh my god, bro." He's like, "Oh, my family's divided. Half of us are from LaSalle, half of us are from Ateneo. So when we're watching sports, we watch in different places."
Yeah. So going back, that's how our friendship began. Where one day I sit beside Helen and say, "So again, I, again, going back, that was my I didn't even know that I have that confidence in me. So I really thought I honestly thought that I'm an introvert. I honestly thought. So when the pandemic came around, and I said, "Great, I'm I'll have a time to have a time on my own, working on some stuff, chilling, doing my own thing, just chilling." Then
Mm.
around 4 months going through that year, I realized that shit, having no people other than your family, I really need to talk to people. Like it's training it's training me mentally. To be honest with you, so
Mhm.
when when that when the government eases the restriction, or even when our president declared that the pandemic's over, I
Yeah.
realized it back then that my confidence is gone. Like having a conversation with stranger is having me a serious nerve-wracking experience. Like like
Uh-huh.
like when I started my first podcast, um even though everything is on Google Meet, but the fact that I'm stuttering, I'm I, I'm I'm losing my train of thought sometimes, or even if even um I kept forgetting what I'm about to ask, that sort of thing. That for me before the pandemic was easy for me. Like I can talk to stranger for an hour or two, just talk continuously. But
Mhm.
the pandemic came around, that shit went out as quick as possible. I don't know why. Because right
Dude,
now, right
that's
now,
feels weird.
true. And I think that's one of the reason I think that's what one of the reason why I'm attracted to doing podcasts, because I miss having those conversation with strangers. Even though I'm still having this nerve wracking experience with people that I don't know, but you know, having those nerve wracking experience sometimes give me a second thought of, I should, you know what, I should cancel this. I'm not in the mood, or I don't know.
Oh,
I haven't researched a lot for this episode. I should reschedule it. So in this
mhm.
episode, or I mean in this podcast right now, the changes, or the changes that I'm planning to do is have this um content management builder. Like I have to record bunch of episodes before publishing it to the world, because during my first podcast I just publish every time I finish uh, e- uh after I finish doing the episode. I publish it without even having a second thought, because I don't know what I'm doing actually. So right
Mhm.
now I'm starting to regain that train of thought, and that sucks. That's why my memory of 2020 is so hazy.
As a consumer of content, um, I have one request for you
Go.
as the host of this podcast is make some reels for me.
Reels?
Yeah, reels.
Ah, oh, I
Facebook
have
reels,
one.
Instagram reels, TikToks.
Yeah,
Cut up the episodes. Get the highlights.
that's one of the major things that that I make
Because
this.
that's where I consume things. It's like I don't listen to full podcasts. I scroll through TikToks and just like, oh, this sounds like an interesting story, and then just watch it for a minute and a half, and then oh oh, there's a part two. Hold on a second.
Copy that. But I mean, that's what I'm trying to do in this podcast, to cut or cut the
Let's
episode
go.
and have a reels. Also,
Hmm.
also, I would like to point out that um the podcast itself is more on lean into. I'm not saying I'm copying Joe Rogan, but again, Joe Rogan is one of the inspiration. That's the perfect term,
Yeah,
inspiration for this
for sure.
podcast. Because the reason I
How
love
can
the
you
Joe
not be?
Rogan no, I mean, yeah, true, but the reason why I love the Joe Rogan experience, not because of Joe Rogan per se, but the way he interacts or have this conversation with people. That's what I missed during 2020. That's where I discovered Joe Rogan, to quite frankly with you, because I have an episode on 2020 where I couldn't sleep for 1 week straight, to be honest with you. And that's not
Why?
like normal for me. I don't know, like my mind is so active during 24/7. So anyway, I the first podcast I heard, to Joe Rogan podcast, is where he have a conversation with this guy who works from Area 51. I forgot the name. Bob something. Bob Lazar. Yun. Where he
Hmm.
have this conversation with Bob Lazar about aliens and his past experience on Area 51. That intrigued me, not because of the story, but more on how Joe Rogan does this conversation with him. And I miss that, and that's what I'm trying to do this year and with this podcast, because it's for me it's kind of therapeutic. Because having your thoughts alone, dude, that's so fucking scary that I can even describe or explain it. To be honest with you, I know you know that, but for
Yeah,
the
I
listeners who are listening to this podcast, if if you have this um fucking mind, dude, you won't survive for a minute. I tell you that.
being alone with your thoughts can be the most dangerous place. Like inside your own mind can be the most dangerous place when you're not healthy.
True.
And that's why people drink.
That's why
That's
people
why
like go
people
to
use
alcoholism.
substances. Exactly. But it's also why people reach out, and that's something that I'm really proud of you for. That
Aw.
like when you hit me up, I was like, oh, he wants to talk to me again.
I just miss having our own conversation in college.
I miss that too, bro.
I
I
miss
miss
that
you.
interaction. Aw, I miss you too, bro. Hit
And
me up.
and the funny thing in college was that we only really saw each other in class.
Yeah, actually, we don't hang out
We
outside
didn't
of class.
we didn't hang out outside of class,
No,
but those moments were always were always good.
true. Like like for full context, we don't hang out outside of class. I don't know why. I think we have our own different groups because you're in a pop
Okay.
band, and I'm too lazy to do extracurricular things. That's why I went
Bro,
home
you know
quickly.
why I joined pop band
Yeah.
was to get out of NSTP.
Oh, oh shit. That's right. That's right. Cause
I just didn't
cause
want to do NSTP.
yeah, dude. Yeah, I remember it. Cause I know there's an option that uh if you don't want to take our ROTC, you have to take NSTP because that's one of the
Mm-hmm.
requirements, right? So
Yep.
when you join the Lasallian Pop Band, I barely see you on NSTP. God, I only see you like,
You never saw me at NSTP. I didn't even know where the class was held.
dude. No, I remember I only saw you once on the grandstand. That's the only time I
I
saw
there.
you there. Yeah, that
Oh.
was an exam, and you said, and I quote, "Dude, is this an exam?"
No, I did not. Are you serious?
Yeah, yeah.
I have no recollection of that.
Dude, I'm with Alfred that time, cause I'm
Hmm.
with Alfred that time, and we were in this middle part of the grandstand. So you come in, and I said, "Hey," he said, didn't talk anything, just a nod. Then, then you sit behind me. You sit behind me. So
Mm-hmm.
when the teacher said, "Please bring a 1/4 sheet of paper," that sort of thing, and I asked for a paper, that sort of thing. You have one, and you said you lean forward and said, "Dude, there's an exam." I said, "Yeah, dude, what the fuck have you been?"
I can't.
Like,
I
what the
can't,
fuck?
dude. I have no recollection of that whatsoever. Dude, at the time, I was all like I didn't know this at the time, but I was already depressed. So most of my college memories are like pretty hazy because that's what depression does for anyone that doesn't know. Like it kind of clouds your memory.
That is
But
true.
that moment, it's so funny that you remember it so clearly.
Yeah, cause I
But
pretty
I
much
could I could see it kinda.
yeah, cause I pretty remember much of my time at LaSalle. The only thing that I'm having a hazy memory about when I transferred outside LaSalle. So I transferred to Manila Titana, somewhere in Pasay. Cause
Mhm.
to be honest with you, I don't know why I transferred, and I'm still regretting that I transferred because I love my time at LaSalle. It's just I think I I blame my depression of it. My depression because of that. I left, or I decided to transfer out of LaSalle because I'm starting to get depressed and embarrassed that I'm not graduating on time.
Yeah.
Seeing Jaime graduating, seeing Harvey graduating, seeing Dom Like one of the friends that I truly hang out
Yeah.
most of the time are
Mm.
graduating. Dude, that scared the shit out of me, and also a feeling of embarrassment in some sort. That's why I moved
I
out,
feel that.
or I transferred to Lasal. So when I moved to Titana, I have no clue why I transferred there. Like literally, I have no clue how I passed the entrance exam, and I have no clue why I enrolled to Titana because
I
of
don't
that.
think you give yourself enough credit for being smart.
Why though? Dude, that was the dumb shit that I did that I'm still regretting up to this day.
I don't
So
think you realize how smart you actually are. I don't think you give yourself enough credit. I mean, it's not difficult in the first place to get in, like a lot into a lot of schools.
well, it
Um,
does actually, because before Titana, really want to transfer to Malayan, somewhere in Laguna. Uh,
mhm.
it's like
I'm not
the
familiar with
yeah,
these
yeah, yeah, yeah,
schools.
yeah. I
But
know, but
I this isn't to say that like these like 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 it's easy to get into college, but
true, true.
like just I don't know. Like as long as like you can sort of recall
Mm-hmm.
some high school stuff, like you should be pretty fine.
Well, true, because again, during during those times, that was my darkest years. Like I don't have a dark year per se, like a singular year that I was in the dark. I was in the dark for, I think, 4 years. That's include the pandemic. Because um seeing your college friends graduating, it gives me sort of an embarrassment that on the next school year I won't be able to see them, and I have to face this semester alone.
Yeah,
So so for me, my only way is to get out as quickly as possible. To be honest with you,
yeah.
I'm avoiding everyone when I'm processing my transfer. I really avoided to see everyone there,
Mhm.
even the faculty members.
Can I ask like if there was an age gap between you and your classmates?
I don't think that we don't have that large of in Titana.
Yeah.
Yeah, huge.
So
Like
that was also a factor.
maybe because the the average age when I got there during my time is the same age of my younger brother. So that hits me differently, I think.
Mhm.
So during those times that I remember our college day, or early college day, significantly, but on the latter years, around third year to my time at Titana, that was hazy as fuck. I don't even remember. Even the pandemic, it's like it's like when you get your conscious back. You
Mm.
remember, like when when we were a child, it's sort of like, whoa, I'm alive. Where am I?
I
That sort of
don't have
thing.
one of those moments. I don't remember when I gained consciousness, but I have heard the stories of that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what happened to me. Like I gained uh that consciousness back around 2022. That's where really kick apparently kicked in.
Did you finish?
No, I dropped out,
Okay.
but I dropped out not the same as what the reason behind at LaSalle. Because at LaSalle I dropped out because um um all of my friends are leaving or graduating. In Titana, I dropped out, or I didn't enroll back because of the pandemic. Remember, they suspended the
Right,
entire school year,
right, right.
so the class were shortened that duration. But when they decided to have an online class, I decided not to take it. Because first, I don't like online school.
Dude, that's what happened to me. Like
Really?
until now I haven't finished.
Oh, same.
And like I'm I want to go back and I want to finish. But like I feel like that's not something that's really talked about much, is having the courage to go back to school after your friends have already like graduated. You have you It's not like you have someone to return to. And then the knowledge that you're going to be older than everyone else. And you would think that like you're older, you have more experience, you have more knowledge than your classmates, but that's not the case. You're still in school. You're still on the same level. And but being a different age, there's like a sort of in their world, but not really of their world kind
True.
of feeling.
Yeah.
And that's what scares me, is like being alone in a place that like was very home to me at some point. That's scary.
Yeah, I don't know what can I say, what I can say about it, because that's what I we my wife and I have a discussion, or have a conversation about that, where during my time in Titana, because they were so much younger, um
Yeah.
I didn't get the vibe to it, or even I didn't I don't get their jokes.
Yeah.
That's the sad part. Like,
Dude.
the worst
When
part
I
is
was
the sad
Yeah, go
part
ahead.
is when they have to explain the joke. Like, what the fuck? Am I that
Oh my god.
old?
Bro, so it was during the pandemic, I had enrolled for like one semester, or like there was one class, it was hybrid. So it was online and then it transferred into um face-to-face class. I remember being in the classroom with these kids. And I say kids, but they're like, I mean, I don't even remember how big the gap was. Maybe 3 years, 4 years. And they're laughing about this thing that I guess was like on TikTok. And I was just watching. I was just an observer. Like I have no idea what's happening here.
Dude,
It's such a weird feeling, man.
yeah, weird is the best way to describe it. Because let's say, for example, for listeners who are listening over here, they think, or maybe they think that 3 4 years isn't that huge of a gap. In reality, if you're in there, the jokes that they're saying, the running gag that they're saying, or even the inside joke that they're having, you kind of feel like you're like 10 years older than they are.
If
Because
if you don't have a younger sibling in their age group that you're close with, you're not gonna get it.
yeah,
Like
you kind of fucked up, actually. Yeah.
that's the reason why I could relate to like people that are 4 years older than me, because I have an older sister that's older than me and we're close. And that's how my sister can relate to people that are younger than her by about 4 years, because that's me and we're close. But I don't have a younger I'm the bunso. I'm the youngest. I don't have contact with someone in their age group. I have no idea what these kids watch on TikTok. Like
You don't even know what they're into these days. I know, like,
I know
speaking
TikTok
the
dances are
term.
a thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, these days is it feels gives like, what the fuck? It gives
What's
like,
happening?
yeah, I don't know
For those listening,
what a
there were just
filter.
like
God damn.
balloons and confetti popping up on Nick's face.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Uh, For those who are still listening, I'm doing a hand gesture. What? Whoa! Anyway, where
Let me
am I?
try.
Now now Ellen's trying the filter.
Nothing's happening.
Yeah, nothing's happening.
ASMR.
Nah, sorry.
Damn.
Anyway, going back, like if if you're in there, like you don't get the what they're into, and that's kind of scary. Cause if you're gonna put us in a younger demographic, I feel like that I'm their kuya in some sort. You can't really have this friend vibe to it, like brother vibe to it.
Mm.
It's gonna feel like more. You're my younger nephew, so shut up. Don't say that joke, cause it's scare that cause
You
that's the
become the
crap.
Tito of the group.
Dude, I've become the daddy of the group. Imagine that, bro. I'm 4 years older than they are, and they call me dad. Like what the fuck?
dude, dude, at least like because you're in the province, right? There's some level of respect to it still. When I went, I was in I was in Pasig. I was in the city. And there they don't say ate because
Shit.
some reason, I don't know why this is, but in in the city, in the national capital region, in Manila, right? Whatever you want to call it, they don't say ate kuya. They don't, and people don't like to, like my age, don't like to be called ate because
Exactly.
they feel like it makes them feel old. And I don't get that. I don't. If someone calls me ate, I kind of feel good. Like, oh my god, you respect me. I have power. Is what it makes me feel like.
If you're in my place during those times, you won't take the call ate as a compliment. Because for me, when they started to call me kuya, dude, I fell out of place that quick, that quick. Even though,
Oh.
like, so when I started schooling at Manila Tetana, I think
Uh huh.
in in 4 months, in the first 3 to 4 months, I was alone because I don't get the vibe. I don't get their joke. I don't get that friendship thing. I went there.
Yes.
I went there just to study, just finish this
Uh
course
huh.
and do this. Not until around my fifth month there, where they're the ones who started to approach me, and they started to say kuya, or they call me kuya. Like when they call me kuya
How do they
first,
call you? Did they call you Nick? Kuya Nick?
yeah. Or they first they started me kuya Nico. Like, dude, no, we're in the same batch. We're in the same uh year. Please don't call me kuya. But again, like, I think because they have to, because of the age gap. That's where I felt
Yeah.
out of place too quick. That went off the roof. Then I started.
Di-
You know the sad part is I
so,
when you started to I'm not this is not a degrading, but you go down with them. You started to feel like, okay, I'm 18, I'm 19. I love this, I love this and that I'm starting to get it. But when you're alone, like, dude, why am I liking this again? Why do I find this joke funny again? Because I have a cousin who is, also in the same uh age gap, but I don't
mhm.
feel that problem where I'm feeling out of place. Because maybe because we're
Aw.
family, and we started to we click every time we went together or hang out together. But with that time, dude, that was one of the, I don't know, darkest or hardest. Yeah, that part. That's why I can mention that 20 2017 to 2021 is my worst years ever. That was the hardest part, especially in 2017, where when
Damn.
when I re- when I reached the age of 20. So I was planning to, and again, for those who are listening right now to the podcast, this is a trigger warning. I'm planning to, planning to do that, and I have this like elaborate note.
I think the term that the kids use is unalive.
Yeah, it's better uh you said it rather than me. Again, anyway,
Okay.
I've elaborate like notes, what I like to say to them. What what happened was, I think, I feel like it's a divine intervention, where I decided to end all of this around December, where the final the final month of my 20 years. But what happened was, um I got invited to a wedding during those dates. So
Mm-hmm.
that didn't push through. So when that happens, dude, it was spiral from there, and I don't know what came to 2021, where I started to feel myself again, or maybe because I think we started the logistic company that year. But again, I don't know.
I
But
remember that.
yeah,
I remember that business.
yeah. So that what I think that was the starting point of where I get myself to my shit together. Because if you're the president of a startup company, dude, you have no time to have an episode, or or have uh a manic episode. You have to be a professional. You have to handle the the the
Yeah.
documents. You have to handle clients. That sort of thing. I think that
Yeah.
helps me um recover during those dark years. But that 2017 to 2021 was a hell of a years, man. Hell of a years.
That was an era.
True. That was the era. That's why when I started the podcast, main focus, my first podcast is to have a conversation as much as people as possible, because having a conversation with people is kind of therapeutic for me,
Yeah.
and that's
Getting
what
out
I
of your own head,
realized. Yeah, that's what I
pro-
realized.
probing into other people's heads.
Yeah, rubbing people's head, discussing their fears. You know what's weird? You know what's weird
So,
when for example, when other people speaks up about their mental health problems,
mhm.
I feel like that I'm helpless in a way that I want to help them, but they have to help themselves. I know it's kind of a selfish
Oh
way
yeah.
to put it, but it really,
No, that's
it is
true.
true. It is
It's
really
true.
true.
I was
No,
gonna
because
say, yeah,
no,
true count, but
no, the
but
reason why I
yeah,
mention it, because when people talk about depression, they talk about they're lonely, they have no one to talk to, they have no one, basically no one is helping them, that sort of thing. And when they're having this manic episode, they're trying to reach out to a lot of people, having do this and that. But the reality of it really have to start with you. Like it must have you should have something that should start the the therapy or self accountability. Well, for me, that what started
I
it
mean
all.
that it's that's true to an extent. Like when you're what's it called? When you're depressed, yes, you should like seek you should try to figure out your own coping mechanisms, um but at the same time, when you're suffering from depression, and I mean really suffering, when you're crippled by it, when you don't have enough energy to get out of bed and brush your teeth, when just the idea that, oh, I need to brush my teeth, I need to take a shower, I need to eat a meal, I need to drink water, I need to do the dishes after eating is exhausting. I mean, how do you help yourself in those situations when just the thought itself is exhausting?
You really can't actually.
And and I say this with very uh it's very delicately, because the only way that I found myself out of my depression was taking medication, and that's not accessible to a lot of people. Medication is expensive, and there is still stigma around it. Um, but I'll tell this to anyone listening right now. You it's okay, it's normal to take medication. It is a tool. It is a tool that will enable you to take care of yourself. It's something that you use like a supplement, the same way a diabet like going back to diabetics will use insulin. Anemics will take iron. Is that the right one? But
Maybe.
right? Anemia is an iron deficiency. Is that
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um Someone suffering from depression will take an SSRI to help balance hormones, so that, oh, now I have the energy to open the windows for sunlight. Now I can get sunlight. Now I can drink water. Now I can make a cup noodle. Because sometimes preparing a meal, ordering a meal is very difficult. And you really just need to survive. And surviving is exhausting. Existing is exhausting when you have depression.
Mm-hmm.
How do you help yourself when you have it takes all of your energy to exist?
True. Yeah, yeah. Um,
On top of the thoughts of like, I don't want to be a burden to someone. What if I message them and they're busy? What if uh like I message and they tell me that they're doing something and they can't talk, and then I just like wasted their time. Like, you're fighting those thoughts at the same time.
yeah, can I ask a question?
What's up?
Um, does the medication helps you personally?
Yes.
Really? That's good.
The uh the only thing, like, warning that I feel like is applicable uh is that it takes time to find the correct medication for you. The first medication that I had was first medications, plural. I was prescribed something for panic attacks, for maintenance, and then for sleep. Something in that concoction gave me migraines every single day.
Ick. Ick.
So so and on top of that, finding the correct doctor is also going to take time.
True.
I only saw that same doctor for a month and or like 2 or 3 sessions before saying this is not working. She changed my medication, but like the therapy, the talking part was
Mhm.
not, I didn't vibe with her. So it take and you're trying to find the correct uh medication for you. You're trying to find the right doctor for you, that one that you're comfortable with speaking to, and at the same time you're fucking depressed. That like it is a chore to get up and pee. Like that is the level of depression that you're talking about when someone decides to go see a doctor. Because like when someone decides to go see a doctor, you don't need to question if they tried Jesus, okay? Like
Fuck.
you, you don't need you don't ask them, "Oh, do you pray?" Like, "Yes." He's not hearing me. I think the connection's broken. Like
The Wi-Fi is broken.
PLDT. Like someone that is resorting to medication and doctors doesn't want to hear how, oh, you just need God because we've tried that. I can all but guarantee that's all but guarantee. I can pretty much guarantee that we have tried pleading to God. Like, and it seems that he just doesn't give a fuck. It's silent.
True. That is true, my guy. That is true. Um, the reason I ask this because we have a common friend. I don't
Okay.
want to mention her name, but we have
Okay.
a common friend that I've spoken to, and we have this conversation from time to time, and we came around about taking the medicine. Um,
Mhm.
she mentioned that um she wants to stop taking the medications because sometimes she felt like she's wearing a mask where
Hmm.
yeah, that's the exact word that she
I've heard
used,
that.
but is she felt like she's just using the mask to smile, but when it wears out, it it falls out quickly. So I think, yeah, I think finding the right medicine and the right doctor for it. I haven't really tried to go to therapy because
That's the half the battle is finding the doctor and the medication.
true. Yeah,
But
I
go ahead.
no, yeah, I haven't tried going to therapy because one is hella expensive, and I I'm, I don't know if I'm cheap as fuck, but it's hella
No,
expensive.
it's expensive. It's expensive to go to therapy. It's expensive to get medication.
True, but here's the thing though. Finding the right doctor or having a person who have this type of conversation, it's difficult because when she or he speaks up differently, like for example, do you pray? Dude, the vibe is off already. It's off.
It's my biggest ick.
Or if a doctor or if a doctor said that, have you gotten a lot of sleep lately?
Oh, yo. Okay, okay. To be fair, okay, to their credit, sleep plays a large factor
No,
in
I
your mental
agree.
health.
I agree.
To their credit. But
But sometimes
yeah, I know what
men
you're saying.
the brain is it's at fault. It's your brain is at
Like
fault.
Yeah. Especially like imagine you have insomnia and they're like, "How's your sleep?" Non-existent.
Oh,
Like,
dude, here's the fuck up part. For example, I have insomnia and I think I need medication. Oh, you need insomnia. So how's your sleep? What's your daily routine? Wh- What
and
time do you go
then
to
they
sleep?
blame like, "Oh, you didn't work out. Oh, you're not active enough." It's like I'm not active because I can't sleep and I'm tired.
And the fucked
Which
up and the
is
fucked up
actually a
part
very
is,
good example of like why like medication helped me is
mm-hmm,
because I was taking medication for sleep. I sudden I suddenly had energy to go to a take a walk. You know, it's a that's why it's a tool. Medication is a tool. For some people, it is a solution. Some people just their brains don't work right, and they really do need that. But for a lot of cases, it is a tool. But sorry, go ahead.
no, I was about to say I'm about to share that when I was in Titana and I've got into in trouble because of that ID. Just a stupid thing. I'm still pissed about it. So, a little context.
Let's oh
So I wear a wrong coat. So in Titana you have to wear the coat that they prescribe you, and I wear the suit, just typical suit, cause they're look alike. But the guard
okay.
isn't having it. So he got my ID. I go to the guidance, and the guidance said you have to sing the hymn, but I don't want to.
What? You need to sing the hymn
You know that it's I know for some
to
people,
prove what to prove you're a student. Like
yeah, and I
is
mean,
that the verification? Sing the hymn.
yeah, for some people that's just a small thing, but for me, I don't want to. That's the problem. So I rebelled for a week. Then they suggest to go that I go to guidance. So I went to the guidance counselor. So
Uh huh.
we talk, and she invited my mom. So we talked for a couple of hours. Then when it's our time, when my appointment came around to have a solo interview or solo conversation, he said, and I quote, I think you have high functioning depression, and I don't know if you want to go to the psychiatrist. I think that's the right term.
Uh
With
huh.
with the word
With the medications,
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
psychiatrists. Yeah.
yeah, I think you have to go to psychiatrist, but um you can skip it if you follow our weekly meeting. For me, it was exhausting as fuck because you already you already give a prognosis that I have a high functioning depression. Like what the fuck? Like, are you even a doctor, bro? What the fuck? Then I talked to my mom and she said, uh, I think she's the first one who got the news that I have a high functioning depression. And I was like, yes. So, is it because I just want to sing the hymn?
Like what's your evidence that I have a high functioning
No, because
depression?
so I think he got it from my time in LaSalle where
Yeah.
I told the story why I transferred from LaSalle to Manila Titana. And that's
Yeah.
the only reason he got that sense of this dude has a high functioning depression. When going gets tough, he ran. No shit, because I don't want to sing, and you're forcing me to sing the freaking stupid hymn that I don't want to do it. Again,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
listeners right there, I you might be calling me a little stubborn or a little spoiled, but again, if there's an authority that asking you to do something that you don't want, it's okay to say no, people. It's okay to decline. It's okay to say
Like
no.
I I mean, are you stubborn? Yeah, certainly. Would it have been less stress to just sing the fucking hymn? Probably.
Probably
But
so.
like But like when you're high functioning depressive, it's like you you are you familiar with the spoons?
No, please tell me the
The-
spoons.
there's there's this thing about like about having a set number of spoons. Like if you deal with chronic illness, um everyone has just a unlimited amount of energy. You have this, like a checklist of things to do throughout the day, and you just do as many as you can, and then you're good. You're fine, whatever. But when you deal with chronic illness, it's like having a very limited amount of spoons, and you have to spend a spoon for one task or maybe three spoons for another task, and suddenly you have no spoons, you have no energy, so you have to like ration it, and you just did not have the energy to sing the fucking hymn that you could spare because the rest of it was spent getting to the place for them to tell you that you had to sing the stupid hymn.
And I think that's one of the reason that that the therapy I got turned off to therapy. I know I'm generalizing here, but if
Mm.
if you got that prognosis that you have high functioning depression and when the going gets tough you ran, like, no shit, Sherlock, I know. What should I do? But they're forcing me again. I know some people, you have you just you just have to sing. I understand that, but the point that I'm trying to make here is I I got my they got my ID for no fucking reason.
Mhm.
Why I have to get my ID just to sing? Like, I don't want to. I just don't want to.
Keep the
Like,
ID, damn.
that's what I did. That's the problem. Also, I think that's
And
the problem that
that's why you
they
never went
found.
back because you had to sing a hymn to get your ID to go back to class.
No, I got the ID.
You did.
Not because I sing, because I rat out the person who forced me to sing. And
Nice, nice.
when that issue raised to the is what they call this, his manager, I think, was uh higher than her, I mean higher than her, um
Mhm.
that person suggested me to go to guidance counselor, and that shit went south very quickly. And I think that's one of the yeah, again, going back to the point, that's one of the reason why I turned off therapy, not because it's hella expensive, but the point of the point of having this conversation with someone that who basically don't know you, but they think that they know you because of the story that you've been telling, the episodes that you're
Mhm.
trying to tell them. They're psychoanalyzing every story, every word, every sentence that you do, to say,
Yeah.
ah, dude, you have this and that. So
Excuse
it's either they'll say you need to you need to go to church, you need to go, or you need to get more sleep, or you need to get more exercise. I get
Yeah.
the sleep and exercise thing. I know it's factually true, but
Yes.
if the problem is here, that's the reason why you don't sleep a lot.
Let's
Don't
let's
tell
go
me
back a little bit.
don't tell
So
me to sleep.
so they
Mm, I
so
go.
I have a question. And so did you have a problem with their diagnosis or prognosis, whatever you the term is? Like, did you have a problem with being called high functioning with depression?
I think more so if is he qualified to tell me that I have high functioning depression? If that prognosis came from a licensed psych licensed
Vicious.
psychiatrist, maybe I won't be as negative as I responded to that. But the fact that I questioned
Credibility.
qualifications, credibility,
Yeah.
that probably stinks. Because I know I have the depression. I've dealing that since 2017. Remember, I went to Manila Titana around 2019. I know I've been dealing depression for years now, but you call me high functioning depression with what are your license? You know that point. I'm not trying to be like cocky here, or being, arrogant, but having that prognosis with his his credibility kind of stinks for me, because I know I have it, but having for you to say it out loud to me, now I question your credibility.
But was he wrong?
I don't know. I haven't checked.
It's like, what if he was like, what if he had like the credentials?
Then shit, it's my fault then. Like
He's-
shit.
well,
Well, my bad. My arrogant ass question your credibility. I shouldn't have.
well, I mean, earlier,
Mhm.
because like we keep saying like therapy is expensive, medication is expensive. This entire time I've been fighting the urge to say, and that's why we have better help. Better help.
Hey. So better help. Um. So if a representative from BetterHelp came and watched this episode, it's the best time to uh, put a ad slot to me, and I'll use that money back to the BetterHelp system and get a
And then
help from you.
promote promote promotion.
Promote BetterHelp.
This guy needs therapy and can't afford it. He's gonna use BetterHelp if he gets sponsored.
Yes, and that's why I need sponsor. So BetterHelp, if you want me to get better,
But
sponsor this podcast.
isn't their whole thing like just you download the app and then you talk to a therapist? Isn't that the whole thing?
Yeah, but I don't know if
It's not
it's.
paid, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is
I
it
think
paid?
yeah, I think it's paid. I think it's a subscription based. I think so. So BetterHelp,
I
if
don't.
we don't know your system, so you can reach out to to Helen and
Honestly,
I.
I don't know. I don't get ads anymore. Well, I mean, because like some YouTubers will like they're
Bro,
they're sponsored and then they do the thing, but then I skip over it.
every time I watch Johnny Harris watches one of his
Oh
journalistic
yeah, yeah, yeah,
approach,
yeah, yeah.
dude, the first one is, have I've been dealing with depression all the time, and I've been going to I've been the big promoter of therapists, so that's why let's go to BetterHelp.
That's why we use BetterHelp.
Ah, again, if there's BetterHelp representative are listening to this, am I available? I don't know. But again, for
Therapy only works if you want it to.
yeah, that's the
Whoa,
thing.
I
That's
feel
the
so
thing.
deep.
Ooh, yeah, that's the thing. Because for example, for you, like it, it works, right? Like you felt it because you wanted it. Unlike me, it's like forcing myself to do it again. Forcing, it's not it's not really a willing. There's no willingness to it. Like for example, if my
If you're
parents.
doing it of your own volition and not because you want to get help and because you think it will help you, then you're in a good space. But if someone else is telling you you should do it and then you just go along with it, there's a good chance that you're just gonna drop out. Because this is another thing for your listeners. If you are considering taking medication, considering undergoing some sort of therapy, such as EMDR, that's something that I've done for PTSD. It's something that you need to choose like for yourself that you are going to commit to because you cannot say I'm going to try medication and then just cut out after 2 weeks because you're getting migraines. You need to tell your doc, like if you chose to do medication, you have to tell your doctor, these are the side effects that I'm having. What can we try next? What do we do? Because if you stop halfway through, it's just going to spiral worse. If you didn't think that it could get worse, it can.
Whoa, that's deep.
It really can. And as someone that like I won't forget this. I was on Cymbalta, and after 3 months of being on it, I thought, okay, I'm better, and I just kind of stopped taking it. The aftermath of that was worse than when I had first started taking medication.
Ooh.
So you have to choose to continue until you're advised by your doctor. I think we can start weaning you off. I think you now have the necessary coping mechanisms, defense mechanisms. There is a difference. It's something I learned in therapy. To deal with stress and not fall into a depressive episode. You need to continue with the medication. You can't just stop on your own because there is a process to it. For EMDR, I didn't have nightmares until I started EMDR. EMDR, for your
Yeah.
listeners, is eye movement desensitization and reprocessing therapy. So for anyone suffering from PTSD, I think it's also used um to help with people that suffer from addiction. Uh EMDR is a therapy that sort of brings you into the mindset. I'm not a professional. I do not do EMDR therapy with people, but like you sort of get into the mindset of like the mental space of where your problems lie, and you sort of desensitize yourself mentally to those triggers until you come to a point where you're exposed to a trigger and you don't have a panic attack, you know, which was the case for me before. uh to not go into my trauma, I once was in a class where the teacher made a joke that related to my personal trauma. This was before EMDR therapy. I never went back to that class again. I could not bring myself to look at that professor. During EMDR therapy, somewhere near the end of EMDR therapy or in the middle, I had gone to a play in my school, and there was no trigger warning. There was no trigger warning for this play, but it was dealing with something related to my trauma. And yes, I did walk out. Yes, I did leave the play. Yes, I did have to like calm down for maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes. I don't know how long. But I didn't have a full-blown panic attack. And today, if someone makes a joke relating to that trauma, it it doesn't phase me. Like I might not laugh because I don't think it's funny, but I'm not gonna just pick up and leave unless like I tell you explicitly, I don't like those types of jokes. Can we not? And then you continue. That's setting a boundary, and then maintaining it is another thing that you may learn in therapy. But yes, you need to stick with whatever uh mode or process of healing that you decide, you have to give it time. I think is the key takeaway here.
How do you handle stress? Because when I'm having
Poorly.
stress, like for example, I'm having a stress in work, or like editing this podcast, or handling this entire channel. I usually do is play video games, because with video games, especially basketball video game, it takes me into a new in a world that there's no um stress. I mean, like it
Yes.
takes me to a reality that it feels comfort to me, that where
Yes.
my competitiveness is being on the upfront. Then after I'm done playing video games, actually I already know that after 3 games I'm basically done. Like I'm fully relaxed already. I don't need to extend another game. But with that, um taking just being outside of my own reality, it gives
Yes.
me this sign of relaxation. For you, how do you like handle stress, or how do you like cope with all the noise, or even the shit in our world, in our reality?
Uh Decompression, like through hobbies, for sure. Um maybe it's rewatching a favorite series. Right now I'm in the middle of rewatching Hunter x Hunter. Um uh for me, cuz I work in a sort of family business. Um I just told my sister, like, I've been really overwhelmed with this, and I asked for a week. I told her, and it came up again because my week is up. And I told her, like, I'm still really, like, it's giving me a lot of anxiety. Uh, because just content creation will do that. It's
True.
the nature of content creation.
It's the nature of our
Um,
industry.
and so luckily for me, she was very understanding. And so I have a break from that to do other things. So right now I'm focusing on uh music things. Um and if I want to engage in my escapism, if you will, then I'll rewatch Hunter x Hunter. Um Before I would I was spending a lot of time in the gym. I was doing Muay Thai,
Yeah, I
and
saw that.
I still like to keep up with it conditioning. It's a good physical thing. Just like moving your body.
Is it is it
It's
is
also
is it helpful for you to release that anger? Because I heard, again, I'm gonna bring up I'm gonna bring up Joe Rogan again, but you know that he's a fighter, and
oh yeah.
I heard that one of his episodes, that fighting or even doing Muay Thai helps you stay sane with all that, that astrodent. Am I saying it right? Anyway, all of that animalistics in our human nature, it helps you keep sane in a world where a lot of chit chatter, a lot of shit going on.
For me, it isn't so much dealing with anger, but having an outlet, like a physical outlet to expend my anxious energy. So the thing with anxiety is that you're producing adrenaline, or like you have like an excess energy, And that's why it's like okay, you might notice someone with anxiety like breathing faster or maybe shaking or tapping, something like that. And that's like there's like a sort of need for movement. And so for me, uh that's where Muay Thai came in, because it's a cardio workout. Like, I mean, yes, it's full body at its core, like any other fighting thing, like boxing, kickboxing, whatever. You have to last several rounds of 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever the time control is. Time, I feel like I say time control like chess, but whatever the time is, you, you have to keep your heart rate up. You're constantly moving, and that was a good way to like tire me out. I was sleeping better, and just generally like your body after, right? It's a workout. You're tired, your body is gonna relax. Your mind is also quieter.
Mm.
That's something I feel like not a lot of people understand what a mental toll it is to train in a combat sport. Like even if it's just like let's say hitting pads. So you know how boxers they have the pads and
Mm-hmm.
you have to hit, maybe
Mm-hmm.
kick. You need to be alert. And I remember my coach before. So let's say jab straight, and then he would walk around. So as he's walking around, if you're not continuing to watch, you're going to get hit in the head because he's gonna do this.
Yeah.
So that was another practice of like being aware, and I feel like that correlates to your anxiety, being hyper aware of things. At least in this environment, you know to expect it, you know that it will happen, and that you should be aware. And then at the end of it, it's like, okay, that's done. I can relax now. And it's just kind of, I can relax now. Yeah, yeah. So plus when after you get used to the positioning of the pads, you kind of know what to throw when you see the pad. So you're going to know this is a jab, this is a hook, this is a hook, this is an uppercut, this is a knee, like this is a kick, right? So you're working your reflexes also. And that takes like some brain processing.
You know, that's what basketball gives me. But right now,
Perfect.
with with the torn ACL, that was completely gone. I'm trying
Uh,
to. I'm still searching for an outlet like golf and that sort of thing,
arm wrestling.
bruh. Look, listen. Any extra physical activities with agility, I'm off. I'm out. Because what you express or what you explain is what I literally feel like every time I play basketball. It gives my competitive. It feeds my competitiveness. But when I got hurt, that I got into deep thinking that um what happened to me was a huge delay in our plans, in my plans, and that love went out quickly as soon as that uh accident happened. It
I wish
still
I could
fucks
hug
me
you.
up. You know, I mean, still
Oh,
oh, it still fucks me up because I've heard naman na uh a lot of athletes who are dealing with, especially basketball players who are dealing with torn ACL, they feel
Yeah.
like this psychology battle between playing basketball or not. But
Yeah.
the thing is, if that thing is gone, like what you explained, that's totally gone. Like I have no itch of going back to the basketball court. I have no itch of shooting basketball. Like none of it is literally gone. So
Dude, I
I'm still finding the perfect sports to feed that competitiveness to me.
I feel you. It's not to the same extent as your injury. It's nowhere near. Um I, I had a karaoke injury.
Eh,
so at the same time that I was like doing Muay Thai, um what happened was I was at a party, we were doing karaoke. I stepped onto a chair and someone pulled me down and I hurt my ankle.
yeah.
And it was a bad sprain. It took over 6 weeks for it to feel normal and it still clicks like to this day.
Oh
And it
yeah,
was
it's normal. To be
it's
honest with you, that's
so
normal.
hard. It was so hard to just like get active again after that because of the bed rest that was required. and
True.
and then just like cuz like it's your ankle, right? If you're going to throw a kick, there's going to be some shock to it and it's just scary. There's a mental block. Oh my god, did you watch Hajime no Ippo?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, so for the weebs, for the older weebs in in the audience, for the older otakus, um, Hajime no Ippo for you is a boxing anime, and our main character at one point breaks his hand, and he follows his rehab to the T for the allotted time, and he makes a full recovery. The doctor tells him, "You've made a full recovery. Hit the bag as hard as you can." And yes, he does hit with power, but not nearly as much power as his coach knows he can put out. Because in his mind, his hand is still broken.
True. I mean, I can relate to it, and it's something
You're
that
still recovering.
yeah, I'm still is. Right. Earlier I got rehab, and the fastest that I got was around 7 seconds, 7.46, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that was
Uh-huh.
just full sprint. True, but anyway, dude.
Have you tried chess?
Yeah, I got bored too quickly,
Okay.
dude. It's
Yep.
in a 3 hour mark. I think we have to end the podcast. Um,
I
one last one last thing. When will you publish more music for me, please? When will you
uh
publish more music?
keep an eye on my IG. And I'll upload more music stuff for sure.
All right.
I hope to upload more this month.
You should. You should, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Where they can find you?
Uh, Helen Balaoing at on IG. That's it.
All right. Dude, it's been a great time having this conversation with you again. And
And thank
I
you for
hope
having me.
I hope this won't be the last time. I really hope. I would love to have another episode, part 2.
I
Part 2 of
hope
the
this is
discussion.
a part two. This is part two.
Nah, nah, scrap the first one. Scrap the first
Oh,
podcast.
okay.
That was good.
I sorry.
You people can still see it during our my first podcast where I wear a turtleneck. Then shit, that was cringy.
But hey, I told you what you looked like when I first saw you.
Well, true. That is true. But yeah,
But there will be a
for
part
this,
two
yes
as long as
sir.
you'll have me.
Of course, my guy. So, with that being said, peace out, people.